All right, and hello and welcome to this World Series 2021 preview. Minnesota Twins fantasy franchise, of course. And we have the Baltimore Orioles as the first opponent. As you can see, first round, Twins taking on Orioles. The Houston Astros will be the top seed, and they will await the winner of the Red Sox Rays wild card game in the American League. Let's look at that American League. First, let's look at those final standings, how we got here. Twins at 88 and 74, Orioles at 91 and 71 will be the 2 seed and host. So they'll get the home field advantage, so to speak. First 2 games there. Next 2 games will be in Minnesota. Game 4 if necessary, and then game 5, of course, would be back in Baltimore. Astros at 95 and 67, best record in the American League, pretty much blowing away their opponents in the American League West. And again, these are fantasy franchises, so not the regular Orioles, not the regular Twins, and stuff. So, just in case you wondered. And that wild card, Indians just missing out, as well as the Angels, so just a couple games back there in the wild card, and then single digits for Rangers, Royals, and White Sox as well. So they'll be doing some improvements. White Sox, I can see as a team making noise next year. Let's look in that National League bracket. You got the Brewers taking on the Braves. The Padres will be your top seed. They did quite well. Actually won the World Series in 2020. So they're back, and we'll see if they can make it back to the World Series. Marlins, another team really good. They got Clayton Kershaw, I know, taking on the Phillies. We'll start with the bottom 2 guys, the Red Sox and Rays in the American League. I'm not going to look at the standings in the National League just because I don't have a lot of time. But Rays, you got Chris Sale and Mookie Betts, your top 2 guys. Jansen's your closer. Trevor Bauer, another guy in starting depth. Rays have a great starting depth with Sale, Bauer, Trevor Williams, Joe Ross. Who's going to be the 5th? Do they have one? Nope, they're not going to go with a 5th starter in the playoffs. And they got a bullpen. Julio Urias, Andrew Chafin will be fine. Tanner Scott. And again, closers, Jensen. They got Brad Hand to back him up from the left side. So that'll be quite nice for them. That's the catching core. Collins and Plawecki. Collins finishing with the 236 average. Voit and Aguilar did not make the postseason roster. So he's behind Luke Voit, apparently. Kiki Hernandez. They got Hunter Dozier. David Dahl. Ender Inciarte. And then, of course, your superstar, Mookie Betts, backed up by Solero. Will probably be the DH, I'm guessing. They'll probably have him at DH. Okay, and then you got, who's their opponent? The Red Sox. You got the Red Sox. DeGrom, the man. Michael Givens will be the closer. Suarez at third base. So, Red Sox, another team with some top 2 starting depth with DeGrom and Soroka. Actually, it's top 3. Patrick Corbin, look at that. Schwarber, looking pretty good. So, they got some guys that will make some noise against the Astros. Let's go ahead and take a look at those Houston Astros, shall we? See who they got coming in here as the top seed in the American League. Oh, yeah, Francisco Lindor, Yohan Moncada, Tanaka, their top starter, Taijuan Walker, number 2, and Max Fried, number 3, and Marcus Stroman, number 4. Wow. That's some starting pitching. That is some starting pitching. Yeah, Jimenez, 22 home run season, not that great, but when you got Moncada, he's only had 27. So they're really not a home run team. Not really an offensive team. 264 here and 236 here for your, allegedly top 2 guys. I don't know what the rest of their stats look like, but yeah, not too great of a bullpen, really. Doesn't look like. So we'll see if that'll be their Achilles heel, getting to their starters and getting into their bullpen maybe would be the strategy. Pedro Severino is their starting catcher. Wow. Nice. All right, well, let's look at our opponent, the Baltimore Orioles. This is what we are focusing on right now. And, of course, you got Jose Altuve, your star player. He only batted .262 for the season, but he did get 31 home runs and 22 steals, so he will shake things up. And then they got, Lorenzo Cain as well, so a little speed in that lineup. If they get those guys on base, Altuve and Cain, they'll make some noise. I have to look at the regular season schedule to see what our result was. I know we played them. Puig and Verdugo. Rushman, of course, their catcher. Came on strong. Had 382 at-bats in the season. Well, hit 225, so if we can strike him out, we'll be fine. Of course, Ranger Suarez had a 17-win year. He started out really strong and then faded just a little bit down the stretch. Not much. Greinke, your number 2 guy, so to speak. And then they got this 19-year-old Charles Lombard. Wow. Terrible record. And, pretty crappy ERA, but for 19 years old, you're going to be a starting pitcher with Andrew Moore, your number 4 guy. Huh. Let's see. In their bullpen, Thornburg. Joe Smith is there. Not much to speak of, really. They look like a pretty strong team, but then you get to their closer, and it's Phil Maton. Wow. This is nuts. How many saves did he have? Just 1 save, so he's just kind of been their recent christened closer, so to speak. Who was their save leader? Jacob Webb, okay. Jacob Webb with 44 saves. Kind of looks to be the closer. Where is he? Oh, there he is. 1.25 ERA, huh? So we can pretty much avoid him on the back end of the bullpen. We'll be fine, I guess. I don't know. I don't think he's that strong. Let me let's look back at the schedule and see how we did against Baltimore. Can't be that great. If I can find him. Here we go. So we won 3 out of 4 against him on the road. I think I do have a game archived earlier in the season, don't I? Was that might have been our 1-0 loss that I archived? Was that the game? Let me see. I got my paper right here in front of me. Baltimore. Oh, here it is. Mike Minor on the 12th. So this is the one that we played. Yeah, that's right, because we took on Suarez. That's right. So we won that one 4-2. I started Joey Dell at leadoff. Crush Davis, of course. Had to go yard. I had Gonzalez go yard that game, too. Marwin went yard. Crazy. And then we lost 1-0. That was our only loss in the Baltimore series. Was it a home run? Nope. Puig RBI. Puig RBI in the 6th. 6 total hits that entire game. What was the pitching? Boyd and Moore versus Moore win a complete game. Wow. Gave up 2 hits. That's crazy. So that was, fairly recent, back in earlier August. We won 2 games to 1. This loss, it was Mackenzie Gore late, probably, huh? Had 3 in the 2nd and 3 in the 6th, actually. I narrowed it to 3-2 before they jumped up 6-2 and mustered 1 more run, and that was it. Who started in that game for me? Acuna led off in that game. I don't know. Should be a fun series. if I had to make my predictions, I would say we'll probably lose to Baltimore. We'll say Houston, Baltimore. We'll say Atlanta, San Diego, and then San Diego and Houston. I think San Diego versus Houston is going to be your World Series, and Padres are going to repeat. I don't know if you've seen the Padres. Let's show you the Padres real quick. And then that's the end of this introductory to the playoffs for the 2021 season. Look at that. Aaron Judge, the World Series hero Freddie Freeman, had the walk-off home run. Don't know if you remember that in the highlights last season. But he's the guy, and then Devers is coming on strong for him now. Wow. 33 home runs for the season for him. So look at that. He had 40, 30, and 33. So, let's see, 60, 100, and 103 home runs between the three of them. Wow. And Ramos adds 28 more. They definitely had a lot of team home runs. Do they show totals for stats? For teams? Okay, here we go. Wow, Cubs were still tops, and we were second. Just one home run ahead of the Padres. Led by Davis, of course, and Acuna, and Santana had a lot. But the Cubs were still better. They did not make the playoffs, though. Look at that. Cubs had 36 from Grichuk, 35 from Reyes, 34 from Goldschmidt. Cubs finished 5 back in the wild card. They were 83 and 79. 2 back in the division to the Brewers. That was a close race. Look at that. Jeez, Pirates barely lost out, and the Cubs as well. Brewers just barely got into the playoffs as the Central champs. But I think they're going to lose out to the Braves. The Braves have got a pretty good team. The team I just faced for the end of the regular season. So, yeah. I was going to look at real quick. Cubs, home run hitters. Oh, Alex Bregman. Aren't you proud to have Alex Bregman, Amos? But yeah, Grichuk, Reyes, and Goldschmidt. Then he had Joey Gallo at 32. Odor, 20. You got some great, outstanding players in this Cubs team for you. Odor and Bregman. Ha ha! I think you got Grichuk, huh? Maybe I'll see if I can trade him for you. Oh, I can't control him, though. So, all right, so there you have it. One more look at the bracket. There it is, coming up. Game 1 today. Hope you're around. Tune in to YouTube right here, this YouTube channel.